you. Sunshines. You did it so perfect. It's Callie Carroll and
it's Quincy Carroll.
Yes, and we're doing Good Morning Sunshine.
Yeah.
And first, you say hashtag GMS or Good Morning Sunshine, or let me know if it's a rewatch in the comments. And then you say something you're grateful for. Quincy, what's something you're grateful for?
You.
Oh,
And Grandma and Grandpa.
Oh, me and Grandma and Grandpa. I'm grateful for you this morning and you doing Good Morning Sunshine with me and your tattoos. They're so cool. See, guys? Share something that you're grateful for in the comments. And then I want to talk about how you're loving them wrong, loving them right. What are you doing? So yeah, thank you so much. So last night, the boys were sitting on the couch and Quincy, do you remember the conversation? Okay. So last night we're sitting on the couch, right? And Quincy's trying to fall asleep and I'm like petting his little hair like this, right? Do you like your hair, like somebody to run their fingers through your hair or somebody to play with your hair? Yes or no? There's a question for you, right? I love it. Like I absolutely love it. It feels so good to me. Quincy, yes? Oh, you're just petting my hair? No, Quincy, remember I told you if I was going to do a video, you had to just let me do this or you can go back downstairs.
Can I get the car?
No, babe, I'm going to do my video right now.
Car.
No. So I absolutely love having my hair like played with, right? But I'm petting Quincy's hair as he's going to sleep, thinking it's gonna like help him fall asleep. And he's just like removing my hand from him, right? Like he's like, no, thank you, Mom. I do not like that. Then this morning, Whit and John's waking up and he snuggles just right next to me. And he's like, he wants me to tickle his back, right? Like just tickle, tickles. And he like keeps moving into me. He's like, no, Mom, rub my back. And he just has me keep doing it. Because Whit and John, Quincy Scott, what was the conversation? Because Whit and John is a kitty cat and Quincy Scott is a canary. I'm going to explain that in a second. If you have not studied the love languages, this is going to be a reminder in this, and I would love for you to share what your love languages are, and if you know what it is, right? So before I explain the canary and the kitty cat, I want to just make sure that we understand this conversation is coming from a space of when we're trying to love people the way that we like to be loved, we can feel rejected when they don't appreciate the way that we're loving them because they like you're like, well, what, you're not going to receive that. Quincy's not going to receive this. Like he doesn't love this. Does that mean he doesn't love me? No, that means he doesn't love that. Not that he doesn't love me because I'm trying to love him the way I love to be loved. Does that make sense? So if you're looking at like your relationship with anybody, you guys, this isn't just for your spouse, but yes, absolutely for your significant other, but for your children, for your friends, when you're trying to show them that you love them, if you don't know how they love to be loved, your love could be misinterpreted and it could end up being frustrating for both of you guys. When you have clear communication, it can make such a huge difference in relationships, right? Because then you guys know what one another wants instead of leading to this unspoken frustration, which is what can occur otherwise. So let's just like go into the 4 love languages based off of, okay, baby, I'm doing a video, remember? Let's go to the 4 love languages based upon the book, right? Not that there couldn't be others, but this is just such an easy explanation. One of my favorites is when they animalized it. Right. So some people, and you guys can comment on there if you know if this is you, right? Some people are kitty cats. You guys know that kitty cats they want to be pet, right? They purr every single time they do it. It's physical touch. And physical touch could be you like to hold hands. That says you love. You love to hug. You love to have your hair played with. You love like your back tickled. You like physical touch shows like signs of love. Have you ever seen like couples and you just don't understand them because they don't even hold hands? Like you're like they must really not like each other. Guys, don't judge them. They might not be physical touch beings. That might not be their thing. And then for those of you that see another couple who they're like super close, or they sit on the same side of the booth, or they're holding hands, and you're like, bleh, gag me, that's so gross. That's their love language. That's how they're expressing to one another. But instead, we think everybody should be the same, right? So that's the kitty cat. That would be Whit and John. And most of us have a spectrum of these different things, but we really hone in on like 1 or 2 categories. The next one that I talked about is Quincy Scott, which is a canary, which is so canaries, birds, they will literally cease to be if they don't have company, right? They will cease to be. They like if you just sit in the same room with them, and I don't know if you knew this about birds, but like if you just sit around them, that's going to bring them joy and happiness. That's quality of time. Quincy Scott, they can't hear me when you do that, baby. That's quality of time. This is why Quincy is right here, right now. He wants to be next to me. He wants quality of time. He wants quality time to have like grandparents. You don't have to be doing a whole lot of things. He wants to just be right in your space. This is me as well, right? I love quality of time. That shows love to me. So you could be a canary, okay? So you guys you're catching on, right? Now the next one is the puppy dog. So we had a kitty cat, puppy dog. Puppy dogs just like to be complimented, right? We have a brand new puppy. We have a brand new puppy. So we're like, good boy, good boy, good boy. I mean, he will be all the way across the property, and he's not coming when I say come. But if I say good boy, then he comes right over. He wants to be complimented, told how good she, like, right, how good they are. So you could be a puppy dog, and like that piece where we're like, you're like, oh, why do you always have to like have people compliment you? Like, why are you always seeking out compliments? That's how they feel love. You don't feel love like that, so you feel like you don't have to give a compliment, but then they feel unloved. Does that make sense? So that's the third one. The fourth one is a goldfish. Fishes don't care if you spend time with them. Not really, right? They don't care if you pet them. Nah, they don't actually like that. They're not like, good fish. Oh, you're such a good goldfish. They're like, could care less what you're talking about, lady. All I want you to do is feed me. Give me something, right? And this is gifts, right? Or acts of services. Do something for me. Like, so you're just going to give this to me, acts of service. Just put the fish, clean my bowl, put the food in. So acts of services, which would be my husband primarily, is where you show love or receive love by doing things for other people. Maybe you wash their car, you do the laundry. Like when I come home and my husband has cleaned the house, he'll stand there like this, like, did you notice? Right? And me, like sometimes I just like want to walk on by, like, high five, dude, what's going on? And he's like, you got it. He's a pup, like, right? He's like, you got to tell me how good I did. I cleaned the house. And that's a different way to love. So which one of those are you primarily, or where do you live? Now, here's the thing about that. Knowing and acknowledging that you're different is going to support you in your communication of your love. So with John, even though I'm quality of time, if I just like, I'm just going to sit next to you, like, right? I'm just going to like, let's just like hang out, right? I'm doing that because I want to feel love, not to show him love. So if I'm trying to show him love, just sitting on the couch next to him is not going to do it like it would do me. My preference would be like, let's sit on the couch because I'm a kitty cat and a canary and I want you to just tickle my back. That would be like my ideal love time, right? For him, it's going to be me having maybe a nice dinner made and the whole house clean. So it's acts of services. And then, so he's the opposite of me. So he's going to be a puppy dog and a goldfish. And like, I'll be like, you were awesome, babe. How was your day? You did so amazing. Like complimenting him. Now, if I can do those things for him to show him that I love him, because I respect all those different things, right? And if I can do those intentionally to let him know, he's going to be able to receive that. Does that make sense? And for him, if he can acknowledge how I like to be loved, then we can communicate better instead of trying to push each other into our animals. And I was just thinking about this last night as my children are so different. And like Quincy, I know this. I pet his head a million times. And every time he jerks away, he's like, Mom, I don't like that. Ugh. I'm like, how could any human not like that? What are you, nuts? He does not like it. And when I can respect that and just spend that time with him and know how he loves, your relationships can be bonded even further. So if you've read the book, comment. If you know your love language, share it. If you've experienced any growth in relationships because you've practiced this, let us know about that. If you haven't read the book, go get it. I mean, you just put in love languages, there's going to be, it's a international bestseller. Okay, you guys, I love you the way that you love to be loved. I don't know how that is for each one of you, but I do. Remember that perspective reveals miracles. Good timing. Whit John's coming up right now to disrupt everything. I love you all. Have a great day. Bye.